Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be la vie. Oh.
Hi friends, so it's been a while since I just sat down and made a video. Almost exactly a year ago, I did a video called The True Key to Happiness. I sat right in the spot and I explained what I believed was the true key to happiness. Also just, there is no true key to happiness, but I explained how to sort of obtain happiness. I'm in a different place in my life now. It's been a year. I have aged. I'm a senior now. There's just like a lot of things that are different. I've had this topic in my head for maybe 2 months, but I haven't planned it. But I've been doing research for 2 months, but I just now sat down and I wrote down the notes and everything that I usually do in my book, my oh so lovely book that I always talk about. But yeah, I wrote down notes. There aren't as many notes as there were in my happiness video because I think I was just starting out with that one, and this topic I know a little bit about. Warning, I do talk about God in this video. When I first painted my wall, that video I mentioned that I am a Hindu, so I have multiple gods to choose from. But for those of you who are Christian, Buddhist, wherever you are, or if you don't believe in God and you just believe in a higher power or whatever, when I say God, I'm just referring to my God personally or any higher power in that sense. But yeah, please don't get offended by that. This is just, I mean, I don't know, are these philanthropists that study gratitude and stuff like that? I'm not a philanthropist. I don't do this for my job, but emotions, gratitude, happiness, these are all things that interest me. Just studying this kind of stuff, and it means a lot to me. So if you can't tell, I don't even know if I've mentioned it, today's video is about gratitude. I love gratitude. I love the word. I love the meaning behind it. It just sounds pretty too. Gratitude. I love it. And there's just so much that goes into gratitude. It's not just about happiness, which I watched. Oh my god, this is what gave me the idea for this video, was this TED Talk by Daniel something. Literally the most moving video I've ever watched, where he talked about how happiness and gratitude go hand in hand, which it's so true. Everything he said is so true. So some of what I'm about to say is inspired by that video because it just moved me so much. I will have it linked down below. I'm gonna start listening to it every morning because it's just so perfect. Everything he says is true in my opinion. But so in that TED Talk, he talks about moments. I have the quote. This isn't an exact quote, but he basically says every moment is a given moment so you can live gratefully. What he's kind of saying, and what I believe 100% is, all of these moments are handed to us, and we didn't have to work for it, we didn't have to earn it, but they're given to us, and we can do what we want with these moments. It may seem like we have so many of these, but we are very limited, because you never know when your last moment is, not to be very brutal, but you never know when it'll all end. You want to make use of every single moment, and he talks about opportunities, but I'm not really going to be talking about those today. I'm really just going to be talking about the momentary aspect of it. Basically, we're handed these moments, and what we do with them is up to us. How we react, what we do with them. We shouldn't take advantage of them because we have a lot less than we think. In my personal opinion, my theory is we should live every day like it's our last. When I say live every day like it's your last, I don't mean go skydiving every day, go I don't know, bungee jumping, don't do crazy things every day. In your last day of your life, you want to be happy. You want to be a positive person. You want to be a grateful person. At the end of the day, the ultimate goal of your life is to be happy. And so by living every single day like it's your last, the goal is trying to be a positive person every single day, and that just makes you feel so grateful, because as he talked about this in his TED Talk, happiness and gratitude go hand in hand. Life and positivity are God's best gifts that he's given us. So by giving us these great gifts of life and of positivity, we almost have to be grateful for it, because we shouldn't take advantage of our life. So now I'm going to list things that I'm specifically grateful for. I don't want to say the basic oh, I'm grateful for my friends, but it's almost these are things that I think universally should be given a little bit more recognition. So I think that everyone should be grateful for the bigger picture. You shouldn't look at life with like blinders on. And when I say like don't look at it with blinders on, I mean don't look at life in such a negative way. Don't look at life in such a negative way, and don't always have such a negative like mindset in your life. By looking at the bigger picture, it's almost like forcing you to look at it in a more positive way, because you're like, yes, this happened, but this can also happen. Something as simple as processing and taking in like every moment, or just in general. So it's very easy for us to process things. I know this example is kind of used a lot with like a sunset. I can sit there and I can process that I'm looking at a sunset, but taking it in is different. Taking in, like, you know, the beauty of it, the beauty of nature. So we always process things, but we don't always take it in. I think that this is something that's a little overlooked, is being grateful for having emotions. A lot of times people look at emotions in a negative way, being like, you're always sad, or you're always overthinking, or she's a little too happy, if you're catching what I'm saying. If you didn't have like the emotions, the specific emotions that you do have, and almost like the imbalance, so like it's like you're 75% happy but you're 15% sad. Like if you didn't have such an imbalance, or you know, you didn't have like the specific emotion or the art of your emotion specifically, you wouldn't be who you are. The way God made us, it's like every single person's different. I'm sure everyone knows that. There's like no two people are alike. Internally, everyone's emotions are different. Everyone has like a different imbalance in their emotions. So by being grateful for your emotions, you're almost being grateful for being who you are. Literally would be bland. Every single person would be the same if they didn't have the emotions that they had. Now I'm really going to talk about my religion, which I really hope this doesn't offend anybody. But I'm also going to tie it into other religions. I'm a Hindu, and my religious text is the Bhagavad Gita. What the Gita really talks about is almost like enlightenment and self-reflection. I feel like in any religious text, they have some form of chapter, scripture. They talk a little bit about gratitude. So in the Gita and in pretty much most religious texts, we're taught to be thankful for nature, fate, destiny, and God, and like his creation. Nature, fate, and destiny, they're all gifts from God. Just something as simple as like the earth around us, like we're breathing clean air mostly. I just personally think that gratitude is so important. Like even if you're not always the most positive person in the world, which can change. I'm not always the most positive person. Literally ask anybody. I try, but you know, sometimes my emotions get the best of me. Sometimes I'm not always the most positive person. However, like at the end of the day, I know that like I have a lot to be grateful for. And I feel like I haven't watched my Key to True Happiness video in so long, but I feel like I did talk about gratitude in there. But I did for a reason, because gratitude and happiness go hand in hand. Maybe I'm grateful for something that you're not grateful for. Like we're grateful about different things, but that's what makes us who we are. Like our happiness, our emotions, our gratitude, it makes us who we are. So by like furthering what we're grateful for, we're basically just growing as people. I'm not sure if you gained anything out of that, and I know I talked quite a bit about my religion and everything, but I hope it helped you in some way, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was pretty short, I think. My happiness one was definitely longer. Quality over quantity. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're feeling a bit generous, follow me on all my social medias, and I will see you guys in my next video. Alright, bye bye.